Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I can't believe I'm saying that. Welcome back. Wow. So it's my second YouTube video and I wanted to do something super dramatic, super fall inspired, and just kind of wing it and go with the flow. I feel like that's when my best work comes out, and I mean, I'm shook. I am shook. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, and liking my first YouTube video. I was filled with so much love. It made me seriously so happy. I cried literally 4 times because I just felt so good, and I felt so happy that I finally put out a YouTube video, and I'm just here to get in my bag. I'm here to really show people what I can do, and thank you guys so much for supporting me. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Let's get started. Let's learn how to slay this look and keep watching. You guys, I am so happy to film right now. I'm just happy. My last video made me feel so good. Posting a video on YouTube finally just made me feel so good, and I have been thirsty to sit down and record another video, like thirsty. So as you can see, I already did my brows. I did my brows off camera because if I were to do them in front of the camera and show you guys my eyebrow routine again, the video would be another 41-minute long video again, and we don't have time for that, okay? So I did my brows off camera, but I did use precisely my brow pencil in the shade 3.5. This is my favorite brow pencil of all time. I love it. It's by Benefit. So yeah, brows looking snatched, they're looking structured, they're looking cute, they're ready for the day. You guys, I need my nails done so bad. It's killing me on the inside. Like, I hate being seen like this. All my nail girls understand when your nails are not done, you do not feel like yourself. Like, you just don't. Things just don't feel right. So today I am going to do eyeshadow before I do my face because I feel like I'm going to use some dark shadows, and I don't want fallout on my face because even though I'll set like my under eye and face with powder, I feel like if you use black shadow, it can fall, and when you try to wipe it off, it will still leave like smears of black, and I don't want that at all. So to prevent that, I am going to do eyeshadow first, and then I will get into my face. But before eyeshadow, you need to moisturize. I'm going to moisturize before I do my eyeshadow, so the moisturizer has a chance to soak in my skin and really hydrate my skin before I just hurry up and like lay a face product on top of it. Like always, I'm using my Dermalogica Intensive Moisture Balance Moisturizer. You guys know from my last video that this is my favorite one. It just, oh my god, it just feels so good on the skin. I'm gonna use a lot today because my skin has been feeling dry, especially right in this area. Now that we're moisturized, I am going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is the shade Golden Beige. I am going to prime my eyelids with this concealer. I'm not really putting on a thick layer. I am just using enough to really like cover my entire lid and crease space. Then I'm going to blend the concealer out with my Real Techniques Expert face brush. I'm going to pull the concealer back right here past my eyebrow and really just pat and blend that in. Make sure I get all the way to the inner corner. She's looking scary. Now that I'm looking crazy, I am going to start with eyeshadow. Now, you are not going to need every single eyeshadow I'm using in this look. You guys use what you have. Use your own eyeshadow palettes. When I was first starting out doing makeup, I would just use similar colors I already had and just follow along with what I was watching. It worked out. So you guys use what you have, use similar colors. You don't need everything I'm using. I have tons of makeup, and don't feel like you need 5 eyeshadow palettes to create one look, because you really do not. But I am feeling so inspired, you guys. This is another Certifeye eyeshadow palette. This is the Affinity palette, and it looks like this. You guys, like, look at these colors. They make I just love the colors they put together in a palette. They're just so well thought out. I love them. Then we have the Dynasty palette that looks like this. This green shade right here called Opulence is really speaking to me. Velvet. I need to use some of these. We have my most trusted and loved palette, the Jaclyn Hill palette. As you guys can see, this has been used. Girl! If you guys don't know, I stan Jaclyn Hill. Stan. I have all her palettes. I am going to take a Morphe 441 brush, and I am going to go into Pukey right here. And I'm going to use this for my first transition shade. And I'm kind of going heavy-handed. And I'm just going to place that in my crease. Actually, you guys, this is really not the color I wanted. I wanted something a little more yellow in my crease, but still giving me brown. So I'm going to take the Jaclyn and Morphe Vault collection. This is in Armed and Gorgeous. It looks like this. So this is the color I was more looking for right here. This is called Access. So I'm just going to take the same Morphe 441 brush and go into Access and kind of go over that color that we put down, because it just wasn't bright enough for me. I needed more yellow vibes. I'm going to bring this out a little bit on the outer corner. Just sweep it so the edges kind of look blown out like this. I am going to go into the Certifeye Affinity palette. You guys can use whatever yellow shade you want. I am going to use the one in here. It's a really bright matte yellow. It's called Selma, and I am going to go in with a Makeup Shack T12 brush, and I am just going to kind of blend this into the inner corner part of my eye right here. And I'm already getting a lot of fallout, which is why I decided to do eyeshadow first instead of my face. I just want this to be like a little wash of color. I am going to go into Sheen from the Affinity palette. It's like this really bright matte orange. And I am going to take my Morphe 433 brush, and I am going to build up this orange from the middle point of my crease and bring it out. And kind of just flick the edges out. Blending is all about going back and forth with color, blending out, building up. I'm going to blend out the darker orange shade with this lighter orange shade. It's called Sonia. And I'm going to take a Makeup Shack T82. This is a very precise blending brush because I don't want to diffuse the orange too much. I kind of want to leave it a little more concentrated. I know a lot of people own the Morphe James Charles palette, so you guys could definitely use that palette if you wanted to recreate this look. I'm going to go back into the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to take this shade. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it's like a deep, like maroon burgundy type shadow. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M433, and I'm going to go to that. Yeah, this is what I needed to make it a little more fall. I'm just going to pack on the shadow to the outer corner. Blend it up. Just keep packing it. I want that outer corner pretty dark. We're gonna probably go into some more darker shades. Or we're gonna kind of stop right there. So we're just taking it like from halfway from your lid back. And I'm just packing the color on right now. I'm not blending it. Then I can go back with a previous brush that we used and blend out the edges of this darker shadow. So I'm going to grab the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and I feel like I need to use this gold color right here. This is Pyramid, and I think this is just going to maybe make the lid. Oh, yes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew this was the one I needed to use. So I'm going to take a Makeup Shack T77. It's just like a flat shader brush. I'm going to go into Pyramid, but I am going to spray my brush with Fix Plus so it can be, ooh, so she can be extra pigmented. Oh yes, dramatic makeup makes me so happy. If you really want to piss the girls off at school, at work, come in wearing this makeup look and they're gonna be like, who does this bitch think she is? Like, who are you? Do we need some glitter? I feel like, but I don't want to do too much. But is it doing too much if I use glitter, or is it doing just enough? I'm taking Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy, and let me see if we just add a little bit. So I have my makeup wipes, and I'm just gonna take one and wipe off the fallout and clean up my outer corner so I can really see what else I want to do with this look. Sometimes this outer corner mess kind of like distracts me. So yeah, I'm just wiping away, cleaning up that line. I kind of pull so I get a really straight line. So I'm going to take the Anastasia Prism palette again, and I'm going to go into Parallel, which is like a really deep chocolate matte brown shade with a Morphe R39, which definitely is just like the M433. So I'm going to take that and put it in my outer corner just to deepen it up a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, when I was first starting this look and I was just placing colors down, not really knowing what the hell I was doing, I'm like, oh shit, Sky, what the hell is going on around here? Bitch, this is gonna look a mess. But now, baby, I be having faith in myself, and it just looks, it's gonna look so fucking pretty, especially once you add lashes, everything, and your face is beat, and your eyeshadow is just so dramatic. It just looks so good. I'm gonna use the Obsidian from the Anastasia Prism palette, and I'm gonna use this on a M518. The M518 is like really tall blending brush and condensed, so you get like a precise application. We're gonna place that on the bottom of the wing right here. So I don't think I'm gonna add any liner. I really just think liner will ruin the look, to be honest. So I am going to apply my lashes now. So this is Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I never really care what mascara I use because I am a bald-headed bitch when it comes to lashes. I truly do not have any lashes. I am going to take the lashes I used in my previous video because they are my favorite pair of lashes now. I'm just using my handy dandy duo lash glue. It's my favorite. It's the only one I've been ever using for years. So these are these AliExpress lashes I got, and the style is EB01. They come in this container. I'm gonna leave the link down in the description box because I know a lot of people want to know what lashes I order from AliExpress, and I just love them so much. They're so beautiful. I am going to finish the other eye and then I will be back. Look at what the fuck I just did. Like, you know what? When I first started, I was like, okay, Sky, what the hell are you doing? You're just throwing shadows on. You don't even have a look in mind. You're just doing whatever you want. So I already moisturized in the beginning, and now I'm just gonna use my facial sprays. I'm gonna use the same foundation I used last time, which is the Benefit Hello Happy foundation, and I'm the shade 7. Just mix that up a bit. So now that summer is over, what was your guys' favorite songs of the summer? In my opinion, I have superior taste in music, but of course, that's just my opinion. I really believe Young Thug had the best album this summer. So with that being said, I think Hot by Young Thug is definitely the best song that came out this summer, hands down, period. The second best song I would say is Burna Boy, Collateral Damage. That song, like, I listen to that song every single day, 167 times a day. It makes me feel so good when I wake up in the morning. By the way, I am a Burna Boy stan, 100%. And in a perfect world, we would get married and have a Nigerian wedding and raise Nigerian children. And my grandpa would be extremely pleased. But this is not a perfect world, so I guess I'll just be forced to stick to the drug dealers and the scammers. I am going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I am in the shade Golden Beige, and you guys, this concealer is just everything to me. Like, oh, it's just such a good concealer. It's truly one of the best concealers I've ever tried in my life. I have been in the house for 2 whole weeks because I needed to film. I need to get on my shit. Now that I'm in the zone, I need to party. I need to drink. Then I'm going to blend this concealer out with a Makeup Shack T26. It looks like this. It's kind of like a more fluffier brush. Now that she's highlighted and looking like a ghost, we are going to set our concealer. I am going to use one of my all-time favorite powders ever in life. This is the MAC Patrick Starrr powder. This is so loved. You can see it barely has, like, look at the packaging. It's all cracked. I love this powder. I'm going to use the Makeup Shack T22 brush to set my under eyes. Set my nose because my nose can get oily throughout the day, especially when wearing foundation. Set around my mouth because a bitch stays laughing, so I don't want my foundation to crease. She's looking dead, sweetie. Okay, now I'm going to go into the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC47. It looks like this. It really just warms up my skin. This is what I use to bronze my forehead and kind of contour and bronze my cheek area. I'm going to use the Morphe R7. These two are my ride or die together. I love them. They're so good. This powder just builds up so nicely and I just love it. It's like my perfect shade for bronzing my face. So now to clean up my bronzer, I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I am in the shade Banana Bread, and I am going to use that because it's more of a yellow toned powder. So this works really well with my skin tone because I do have yellow undertones. And I'm just going to go ahead and clean up this bronzer because we want a structured look. We don't want our contour and bronzer to be messy. I am going to go in with my Makeup Shack T7 brush, my favorite blush brush, and Wet n Wild matte blush in Mellow Wine. This is such a pretty fall color and I feel like it just goes with the eye look super well. These Wet n Wild blushes are so damn cheap, but they're so good. Like, they're so pigmented. And then I'm gonna just wipe away this, ooh, powder's getting everywhere. I'm just gonna wipe away this powder. Before I spray my face with highlight, I am going to go in with a good spray of MAC Fix Plus. MAC Fix Plus pretty much just, I don't know, it brings your makeup together, your face makeup. It makes it just come together as one. All of the powders and creams that you use, they just come together to make one beautiful look. MAC, I'm almost out of my 7th Fix Plus. I'm gonna need y'all to get on it, send another package. Then I'm gonna take one of my favorite highlight palettes. This is the MAC Hyper Real Glow. This one is, I'm not sure. It doesn't have a name on it. That's annoying. But it's the gold one. There's also like a champagne colored one. So these are the shades on the inside. As you can see, this has been used 1,000 times. So I'm just going to take these two and mix them. This is one of my favorite highlights. Oh, she is glowing. Period. Revlon sent me their new vinyl eyeliners and they are so fierce vinyl eyeliners. This is the shade Black. We're going to take the black shadow we used. I'm doing Obsidian from the Anastasia Prism palette. And I'm going to take a Makeup Shack T54 flat brush. I'm going to set that black liner with eyeshadow so it doesn't move throughout the day. Okay, now that we stabbed our eyes out, I'm going to use the Makeup Shack T8 really tiny blending brush. I am going to use this emerald shadow right here. It's kind of like a really dark green and I just feel like it's super fall. Dark green is really fall-esque. So I am going to use that. And this dark green just made this look 10 times better for me. Then I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just kind of like blend out that shadow so it's not super harsh. I'm going to take some of the shades I used to highlight from the MAC highlighting palette and just put with a like fluffy brush so it's not too concentrated and it looks more blown out. I'm going to put some at the bottom of the inner corner like this just to highlight like the center and just make it look that much better. So I'm going to apply mascara to my lower lashes. Now for the lips. So I'm going to go in with Flower Lip Pencil. It's their Petal Pout Lip Liner. It's in the shade Toffee. So after 30 minutes of testing different nudes, I decided to go with MAC Cream Sheen Velvet Lipstick and MAC Myth Lip Glass. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I love this look so much. I'm so happy it turned out this good. Bitches will be shook if you come out with this look. This just looks so good. It reminds me of fall leaves and trees, and I just think it's so pretty. So thank you guys for spending time with me, watching me do my makeup. If you guys recreate this look, make sure you tag me so I can repost you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be back soon.